Good afternoon, Bobcats. Today is Thursday, November the 8th, 2018, and tonight's homework help is on Reteaching 5-6. Okay, everybody needs to be doing their homework on an extra sheet of paper, and I provided those, passed those out to all the students earlier today. And so I'm going to go through and pick question number... We're going to do number 6 will probably be a bonus question. So I think we're going to go ahead and do number 3. We're going to do number 3. Okay, number 3 is 917 divided by 26. Okay, so I know we've had some issues with some students not wanting to put their zeros in there. Again, we need them to put their zeros there because the next topic that we do, if they're not putting their zeros there, it will mess them up for the entire topic. So 26 goes into 9, 0 times 26 is 0. 9 minus 0 is 9. Bring down the 1. How many times does 26 go into 91? Okay, so if I'm thinking of, here's what I'm telling the kids. 26 is not a pretty number. Okay, 30 is a pretty number and 20 is a pretty number. If you round it up to 30 though, you're going to end up going over. And you don't want to go over, so we're going to round it down to 20. Okay, 91 is also not a pretty number. So I'm going to change 91 to a number that 2 would go into. I'm going to round it all the way down to 80. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because it's going to give me a starting point to let me know how many times 26 is going to go into 91. Some kids can do that in their head, but not everyone can. So if you have a 0 in the divisor and 1 in the dividend, they cancel each other out, and 2 goes into 8 4 times. This 4 is our starting point. That gives us a number that gives us a starting point to multiply with the 26. So we're going to do 26 times 4. And we're going to see if it gets us close to 91 without going over. Now, if you rounded the 91 up to 100, and you rounded the 26 up, first of all, 30 is not going to go into 100. Now, you could round that down to 90, and 30 would go into 90. But this is I think this might give you a more exact answer. And if you did round it that way, that's okay. It's just giving you a starting point. So 6 times 4 is 24. 2 times 4 is 8. And 8 plus 2 is 10. Now, look, we went over. So we're going to try, now 4 was too much for us. So we're going to try to go down. So we're going to do 26 times 3 instead. And so I take that back. I guess if you had have rounded that to 30 and rounded that one to 90, then it would have given you 3. So the thing is, us rounding these numbers, it doesn't matter really what you're rounding it to. All it's doing is it's giving you a starting point. So we know that 4 was too much. So we went down to the 3 now. So let's do 6 times 3 is 18. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, that's as close as we're going to get without going over. So it went in there 3 times. 3 times 26 was 78. Okay, now if you subtract here, you're going to have to borrow. The 9 becomes an 8 and the 1 becomes 11. 11 minus 8 is 3 and 8 minus 7 is 1. So you've got 13. Bring your 7 down. Okay, now we're in the same boat. And we've got to change this 26 and this 137 so that we have a starting point. Now, could you just guess and say, okay, I'm going to do, since 26 times 4 was 104, what if I tried 26 times 5 this time? Sure, that's fine. Sometimes you might just have to guess and check yourself several times. 6 times 5 is 30. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 3 is... Yep, there you go. And that's as close as we're going to get without going over. So I'll put a 5 there. 5 times 26 was 130. 137 minus 130 is 7. There's nothing left to bring down, so this is my remainder. Okay, so the answer to question number 3 is 35, remainder 7. If you have any other questions, we don't have homework help in the morning, but you can stop by my room on your way to the gym and see if maybe I can help you out with something before class starts. So I hope that this helps, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.